The pain of doing everything right and seeing nothing change. You are doing the right things. You wake up early. You work quietly. You show up even when nobody notices. Even when nothing seems to change. Even when the people around you appear to be moving faster, growing bigger, achieving more. And somewhere deep inside, a dangerous question begins to form. Is this even working? You cannot see the results yet. You cannot measure the progress. And the world does not reward what it cannot see. So you begin to wonder if small efforts are enough. If one step forward truly matters. If consistency without visible proof is just another word for foolishness. My name is Zion. And today's story is about a small ant named Zara, who discovered the most powerful truth in the world, hidden inside a single grain of rice. Meet Zara, the ant who did one thing more. Deep inside a vast forest, there lived a colony of thousands of ants. Every day, from the first light of morning until the last warmth of evening, the ants worked. They carried food from the fields back to the colony's underground storehouse. Each ant had a required load, a fixed amount of grain they were expected to deliver every day. Most ants carried exactly that amount. Not more, not less. But there was one ant named Zara who did something different. Every single day, after completing her required load, Zara went back. She found one more grain. Just one. Carried it back alone. Placed it carefully in a small corner of the storehouse that she had quietly claimed as her own. Then she went home. One grain. Not 10. Not 100. Not a dramatic extra load that would impress anyone watching. Just one grain more than what was required of her. Every single day without exception. The mockery of small things. It did not take long for the other ants to notice. And when they did, they laughed. "One grain," said Bora, a large, strong ant who prided himself on carrying the heaviest loads. "What will one grain do? The storehouse already has thousands. Your one grain changes nothing." The others agreed. "You waste your energy," said another ant. "By the time that pile means anything, we will all be gone." "Work smarter," said a third. "One grain is not a strategy. It is a habit for those who cannot think bigger." Zara listened. She did not argue. She did not explain herself. She simply nodded quietly, turned around, and went back to find her grain for the next day. Because she had made herself one promise. One grain. Every day. No matter what anyone said. The laughter continued for weeks. And Zara continued anyway. The season of invisible progress. Months passed. And the honest truth was this. Zara could not see it working either. She visited her small corner of the storehouse every evening. She counted her grains carefully. The pile was growing, slowly, undeniably. But against the size of the colony's massive storehouse, it looked like almost nothing. One morning she sat beside her pile and felt the weight of doubt for the first time. She had carried one extra grain every single day for months. She had sacrificed rest that others enjoyed. She had endured mockery that others inflicted. And the pile in front of her looked like it could barely feed 5 ants for a single afternoon. What was the point? Bora walked past her that morning with a massive load balanced on his back, the other ants cheering his strength. Nobody cheered for Zara. Nobody saw her pile. Nobody celebrated one grain. She sat alone in the quiet of the storehouse and asked herself the question that lives inside every consistent person at their lowest moment. Am I wasting my time? The mentor encounter, the question that changes everything. That was when she heard a slow, steady sound behind her. She turned. An old ant was making his way carefully through the storehouse. His body moved with the deliberate pace of something that had learned long ago that speed was never the point. His name was Malik. Malik was the oldest ant in the entire colony. So old that most younger ants assumed he simply appeared one day, already ancient. He rarely spoke. But when he did, the whole colony grew quiet. He stopped beside Zara and looked at her pile without saying anything for a long moment. Then he spoke. "How long have you been saving?" "Many months," Zara said quietly. "And what do you see when you look at this pile?" Zara hesitated. "Something small," she admitted. Something that does not look like enough. Malik nodded slowly, as if he expected exactly that answer. Tell me something, he said. When you planted your first grain here, could you see this pile? No, said Zara. Could you see it after the first week? No. After the first month. Zara paused. Barely. Malik looked at her steadily. And yet it grew. She said nothing. You were looking for proof, Malik continued gently, in a place where proof does not live yet. You were searching above the ground for something that is still growing underground. Zara turned to look at her pile again, but differently this time. Every grain you placed here did not disappear, Malik said. It stayed. It waited. It added to the one before it. And the one before that. You cannot see a tree growing hour by hour. But stop watering it and you will feel its absence within a season. He looked at her with eyes that had watched many colonies rise and fall. The ant who saves one grain every day does not look powerful. Not in the beginning. Not even in the middle. But one day, and that day always comes, the world will need what only she has been quietly building. Zara was silent for a long time. Then she stood up and went to find tomorrow's grain. The mathematics nobody taught you. That night, Malik sat beside Zara under the roots of a great tree and explained something she had never been taught. Most ants think about effort the way they think about carrying, he said. You pick something up. You put it down. What you see is what you get. Zara listened carefully. But small habits do not work that way. They compound. Compound? Zara asked. Every grain you save does not simply add to the pile, Malik said. It adds to a foundation that makes the next grain more valuable. Grain by grain the pile grows. But more than that, you grow. Your discipline grows. Your patience grows. Your ability to continue without reward grows stronger every single day you choose to continue. He paused. One grain saved every day for 1 year is not simply 365 grains. It is the proof that you are the kind of ant who does not stop. And that proof, that identity, is worth more than any single harvest. Zara thought about Bora, his dramatic loads, the cheering crowds, the visible, impressive effort that everyone celebrated. But Bora carries so much more than me in a single trip, she said. Malik smiled for the first time. Bora's strength belongs to today, he said simply. Your habit belongs to every day. He let those words settle like dust after a long journey. Dramatic efforts create dramatic moments, he continued. But small consistent habits create unbreakable futures. The world notices Bora today. But the world will need you tomorrow. Zara looked up at the sky through the spaces between the roots. She did not fully understand yet. But she believed enough to continue. The crisis. When small habits become everything. The dry season came without warning. One morning the sky changed color. The wind turned hot and empty. And within 2 weeks, the fields surrounding the colony had given up almost everything they had. Food became scarce, then dangerously scarce, then gone. The colony's main storehouse, which had seemed enormous and permanent, began to empty faster than anyone expected. Ants who had never worried about food in their lives now stood in silence watching the supplies disappear. Bora and the strong carriers went out further and further each day, searching, straining, returning with less and less. The colony's leaders gathered to count what remained. It was not enough. Not for the weeks ahead. Not for the young. Not for the old. Not for the thousands who depended on the storehouse every single day. Fear moved quietly through the colony like a cold wind. That was when one of the leaders noticed something. In a small corner of the storehouse, away from the main supply, there was a pile. Not enormous, not dramatic, but real, and full, and untouched. The leader turned to the others. Whose is this? Silence. Then a small voice from the back of the crowd. Mine. Zara stepped forward. The entire colony turned to look at her. Nobody laughed this time. One grain at a time, the moment everything made sense. The colony's leaders looked at the pile, then at Zara, then back at the pile. How long did this take? The head leader asked quietly. Every day, Zara said simply. 1 grain more than required. Every single day. The storehouse fell completely silent. Bora stood at the edge of the crowd. His massive strength, the strength that had impressed everyone for years, had searched the empty fields for weeks and returned with barely enough. But Zara's single grain, carried daily, placed quietly, laughed at openly, had built something that now stood between the colony and collapse. Her pile was distributed carefully across the colony. It kept them fed through the worst weeks of the dry season. It was not the dramatic, miraculous rescue that songs are written about. It was quieter than that. It was 1 grain, multiplied by every morning Zara had chosen to go back when she did not have to. Multiplied by every day she had continued when the results were invisible. Multiplied by every moment she had kept going when the laughter was loudest. Old Malik watched from a distance as the colony ate. He did not say anything. He did not need to. The pile had said everything. The real meaning of this story. And that is the lesson hidden inside Zara's story. Small habits are invisible until they are undeniable. Most people quit their small daily efforts because they cannot see them working. They save money for 3 months and feel no richer. They study every day and feel no smarter. They exercise every morning and see no difference in the mirror. They write 1 page a day and feel no closer to anything great. So they stop. And in stopping, they walk away from the exact moment when the compound effect was about to surface. 'Cause here is what nobody tells you about small habits. The results do not grow in a straight line. They grow underground first. Silently. Invisibly. Stubbornly. Like roots pushing through rock before any leaf ever appears above the soil. You do not see the work happening. But it is happening. Every single day you show up, something is being built that the world cannot see yet. And one day, not the day you choose, not the day you expected, the season will change. A crisis will arrive. An opportunity will open. A moment will come that requires exactly what you have been quietly building. And everything you did in the invisible days will suddenly become visible all at once. That is not luck. That is compounding. That is what 1 grain a day actually means. So if you are in the quiet season right now, the season where you are working and nobody is noticing, where you are consistent and nothing seems to be changing, do not stop. You are not behind. You are not failing. You are not wasting your time. You are underground. And underground is where everything powerful begins. Keep saving your grain. Every single day. Just 1 more than yesterday. That is enough. That has always been enough. If this story spoke to something you needed to hear today, share it with someone who is about to give up on their small efforts. Subscribe to the channel for more stories that carry lessons worth keeping. And remember, the colony will need what you are quietly building. See you in the next story.